We have a follow-up now on the destruction of Canada geese in our area. Many people were shocked 2 weeks ago when we reported that about 100 geese were taken from the campus of Chattanooga State and slaughtered. Calvin Sneed has been working on this story. Calvin.
Kim, it was all perfectly legal and, in fact, was carried out by an agency of the federal government. Now we are learning that killing Canada geese is a fairly common response when the birds are considered a nuisance. The manicured lawn at Chattanooga State is not the only location that looks like a great home to Canada geese. Here at Valleybrook Golf Course in Hixson, about 4 dozen geese have settled in, and they show no signs of leaving anytime soon.
If they would go ahead and migrate, we'd be all right. We could put up with them for a couple of months.
At Valleybrook, they've tried everything: fireworks, dogs, even laser pointers.
I don't think it scared them very much at all.
The geese leave nasty droppings and they tear up the greens. In fact, Valleybrook had to spend $2,000 a couple of years ago to repair the goose damage. Still, Walker says Valleybrook would be very reluctant to exterminate the water birds.
I think we would explore everything we could until we got to that point. And then if that had to ultimately be what happens, then we might go ahead, but we would try everything else first.
Others have chosen to have the USDA's Wildlife Services Division pick up the geese, even if that means they'll be killed. We asked Wildlife Services how often geese are destroyed, and they provided these numbers. Over the past 3 years, the USDA has killed 1,315 geese in Tennessee and relocated 3,275. Whether the geese live or die depends on whether there's an acceptable place to send them at the time. If there's not, the birds die. We also asked how the USDA destroys the geese, but their representative would only say their deaths are humane and follow guidelines established by the American Veterinary Medical Association. Ornithologist Keith Calhoun says killing them is not the answer.
They're really a beautiful animal, and we need to try to appreciate them more, I think. There's really not a lot of easy ways to do it without hurting them or destroying them. So that's why I'm saying I think people have to realize that they're just kind of part of our lives.
Now, we mentioned 2 of the ways that wildlife authorities control the Canada goose population, but here's a way that's way more successful. If you need to get rid of a gaggle of geese, simply go out there and scare them off. In the past 3 years, more than 10,000 Canada geese got the idea they were not wanted by using gentle, non-lethal forms of harassment.